Hello and welcome to another Spectrum Drama, where we take a look at the hottest posts on Spectrum for the week and give our opinions on them. So before we get started, don't forget we are still running our giveaway thanks to ASA, the Australis Space Alliance. Awesome organisation. Definitely check their Discord out. They are helping us this month to give away a Mustang game package and also a Grey Cat buggy. So what more could you want in life, really? So,
nothing.
Yeah, nothing. That's it. You're set for life. So if you want to be in with a chance to win those, all you got to do is comment on this and every video in the month of September. And good luck to everyone. Let's get started. Okay, so first up, we've got a post from someone. Okay. I'm not going to tell you who. And it says, thanks CIG and especially Chad McKinney for today's Star Citizen Live. So basically, Star Citizen Live covered a lot of things, but there was a small snippet in there of about 10 or so minutes where Chad McKinney basically broke down the current progress of server-side OCS and server meshing. And I have to say, it is like genuinely, you could see the disbelief on everyone else's face that he got through that in one go. It's really good. I mean, it's on point and he covered, I think, most things that people wanted to hear. Do you think? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but it was pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, I think he hit everything. I mean, this is what the community's been asking for the last month or so. So it's good that they've actually got around to putting this information out there, because this is what we wanted. This episode of Star Citizen Live was probably the best one we've had for a long time.
Yeah, it's nice to actually kind of get some actual information, and information that's important, you know, not fluff and not look at this new ship or anything, you know, but actual information that's going to take the game from kind of where it is currently into where it should be, and that is basically what server-side OCS and server meshing are going to do. So it is exciting. It was funny actually, because I was saying to you, he reminded me a lot of there was a program we used to love called Lie to Me, where they kind of, you know, this FBI dude or whatever it was could basically just tell when people were lying. And he gave every single possible cue to make it appear like he was lying through half of it. It was really weird. Just all of his mannerisms, looking up and to the left, and you know, all that. So very weird. So hopefully it's all true. But yeah, a little bit more sort of pleased to see that this, at least, I mean, we were moaning about this not so long ago, to see some progression in some of the stuff that they've been kind of keeping from us. So
yeah,
it's good. Cool, so next up we've got a post from Skyfaller, Strike Witch. Is that at Strike Witch?
At
Skyfaller?
Yeah.
What?
Don't
yeah,
know.
Okay, I'm going to just call you the Skyfella. So basically, alternative solution to atmospheric flight and the mandatory hover mechanic. So the Skyfella here is kind of complaining that, you know, the hover mechanic in atmospheric flight is basically has a lot of issues. There's a lot of problems, and the main source of this seems to stem from coupled mode. And so obviously in coupled mode, you know, the thrusters will auto thrust, you know, against the direction you're traveling, basically to stop you essentially. And, you know, that's kind of the gist of it. Whereas decoupled mode you'll just slide, the other eyed words, you know, forever until you crash into something. And there's a lot, it's a big post, I recommend reading it, but there are some really good ideas in this, you know, to kind of maybe give a better edge to atmospheric flight. The one he said here, add an Atmo toggle button, you know, to engage the counter-gravity measures. What do you think of that? Do you think that's a good idea, or do you think, are these ships not smart enough to just know and then do it themselves? I don't know.
Yeah, I completely see where he's coming from. I actually kind of agree with him. Getting rid of coupled mode just for atmospheric flight itself would actually make it feel like atmospheric flight, which is what they're kind of going for. He also mentions like a VTOL toggle mode, so that we can actually manually turn on and turn off the VTOL hover. which again is something we need, because it's really frustrating not being able to switch that on and off yourself. No doubt at some point we will get that ability, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm sure we'll get that. But I do kind of like his suggestions about this Atmo flight mode to counter gravity. But if you bank your ship, then it can affect the ship's Atmo gravity nullifying thrusters, whatever you want to call them. Some people really love decoupled mode, so a change like this would be fine with them, because they never use coupled mode. But for the average player that does use coupled mode all the time and hardly ever touches decoupled, that kind of change would be very drastic, and I can already see the flames coming up from Spectrum about it if they did that.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know me, I'm a very simple man, and I don't really touch many of the controls in my ship because it flies and I don't have any problems with it. I've never at any point really thought to myself, oh good God, I wish I was decoupled. That's just never happened. And so for me, I'm one of those kind of people where I go with the flow. But I can definitely see the benefit of it. But I mean, so is when in atmosphere, can you still remove couple mode, or is it defaulted to on constantly when you're in atmosphere?
I'm fairly sure you can. I haven't actually tried it for a while myself, but as far as I'm aware, yes, you can turn off couple mode while in Atmo.
Yeah, so I think I get what you're saying, but obviously it is an option. So it's like moaning about a switch. The switch is around the wrong way. I don't know. But.
He's more directing this towards the hover mode, which is a byproduct of the whole coupled mode thing.
Yeah.
I thought he's more moaning a bit more about the hover mode mechanic itself, and basically saying if you get rid of coupled mode, you don't need the hover part.
I see what you're saying.
You don't need it. You do need it, but it would be a little bit less problematic.
Yeah, although probably more terrifying as well, because couple mode obviously helps quite a lot, whereas without it, people are just going to be going past you, like trying to land on a pad or something. So I mean, I definitely get what you're saying. I mean, the VTOL toggle definitely, because I can't tell you the amount of times where I've come in and I thought surely I should be in hover mode now, and I'm not, and I'm still going around like I'm like 10 feet off the ground, and then all of a sudden hover mode kicks in and I'm just like careening off into a random direction, and you're like, no, I need control of this myself. It's far too dangerous.
But then, there's a problem. So where I said that eventually, I'm sure they will give us the manual control of turning VTOL on and off. There is an actual problem with that, because it would actually negate the whole reason they're putting it in there. If you have the option to turn it off or on, you probably wouldn't use it, because if your ship, if you can switch to couple mode and just hover, then we're back to where we were at 3.0, where you can just hover in midair at some strange angle and fire all your missiles at someone on the ground, and there's nothing they can do about it. Maybe they won't give us the option to toggle VTOL on and off. But maybe then not. If they got rid of coupled mode, so you had to use it to kind of stay afloat, then they could give you the manual control over it. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky subject, that one.
Yeah. I mean, can people still do the nose down, just aim and shoot? Because I was always under the impression, and I mean, I must admit, I'm not in atmosphere often, but when I am, if I was to try and point my nose at someone, I'll cane forwards. Well, maybe not cane, because you do have control over the speed, but I'll still move. Do you know what I mean? You can't just sort of stop dead, point down and shoot, can you?
You can't.
Would you hold a button?
No. Well, some people say that if you hold the space brake, then it kind of works. But yeah, in theory, you shouldn't be able to do that anymore. Because I think if you stop, if your forward momentum comes to a stop, then your ship should go into VTOL mode. To stop you doing that, turret maneuver. But it also engages if you get too low to the ground as well. That's the theory, anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So it's one of those where I think it's a tricky situation because they're trying to create a system that is kind of that works, but also doesn't work too well to the point, where people can take advantage of it. I mean, I currently I'm quite enjoying everything about the flight model at the minute, weirdly enough, considering I hated this when it first came in, but they've obviously done something to it because I'm really enjoying it now. I mean, when we go down, when we're all pissing about, on a Thursday and we're all just sort of hovering around some random place on a moon, I really enjoy that. I think that it feels really good and the control is there, dependent on the ship you're in. If you're, like some sort of a joker in a constellation, then it might flip over. But yeah, I mean, it seems to work pretty well. I hope that they don't play with it too much because at the minute it seems controllable, and I think the problem is that people want a little too much realism, and that is going to it's going to tilt this game a little bit towards like Elite Dangerous, where you really have to know the ship. You can't just get in it and play, and I think that will lose people. So I think we're going to have to get a decent balance. Yeah,
could be right. So in 3.7 we should be getting a few updates to the hover mode. They're actually kind of changing it, by the look of it, quite drastically. So we'll have to wait until we get our hands on that and see what their new version feels like.
Yeah, it's just going to be me crashing repeatedly over and over again for about a month.
Well, apparently they're making it easier, but we'll see. It sounded like they've put basically the ship will do some sort of auto right mechanic, kind of like helicopters in DayZ, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, until we actually get our hands on it, it's difficult to tell from some guy talking about a video.
Okay, so next up, I've got a post from Mark Hawk, and it says wrong direction on the personal commodity inventory. And basically, for those that aren't aware, the actual personal inventory that we were going to see, backpacks and having, actually kind of separate places to put stuff, that's been pushed back now. And basically what we're going to be getting soon is this personal commodity inventory. Which is basically, it's kind of what we've got now, but it will separate out certain items. That's kind of the gist. Does that sound about right? Am I making that sound wrong?
Yeah, I mean, you still got that kind of magic backpack type kind of area where things like you mine or you pick up objects off the floor. You can store them in this backpack thing, or kind of collect them together into like a mission box type thing, which you can then carry onto your ship, and then you can take your ship to a shop and you can sell those items that you've got. Sort of, kind of, that's how it looks like how it's going to work.
Yeah. I mean, he's got here, it's the complete wrong way to do it. There's nothing physicalised about it. Instead, it's a magic invisible backpack, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, it is, but I mean, eventually we are going to get physicalised inventories. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that this personal commodity inventory, that they haven't said that that's physicalised.
No,
from what I've seen.
This guy seems to go off about, this isn't physicalised inventory. It's like, well, yeah, no shit, it's not. Because they said it's not. This is the first step towards that, mate. It's I mean, I kind of get, I understand why he's a bit pissed about this, but at the same time, this is basically tier 0, so chill out a bit, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most games have magic backpacks. They always have. This game was going to be slightly different in that, it is going to eventually have a physicalised inventory. But for the minute, I mean, does it really impact your game that much when you are able to go and just pull a box out your bum? Yeah, doesn't matter. It's just a thing. It's like a commodity enema.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm happy with that. I mean, at least we know that they've put down a stepping stone towards what we want, and that's all we can ask for. Really, is for them to just at least work towards it. So, Mark, calm down. Cool. So last up, we've got a post from White Sky Mage, and it says, "I want this kitten helmet. Please consider putting it on sale." I have to read everything very, very on the nose.
Literally.
Yes, very literally. So with all the silly helmets we've got already, why not have a cat on top? Basically, you'll see from the picture here, there is a helmet which looks like a cat. I'm not sure if this is actually causing uproar. I mean, if you read the comments, it is a bit. People are like, why? Do you want this to be Fortnite? And you're like, no, but, there's people in the world and some people are weird and might make a cat helmet. I mean, what does it matter?
Yeah. You can kind of see this whole... so we had this with the coloured armour. When that first sort of hit the in-game shops, everyone went a bit mental because there was some pink coloured armour or whatever it was that they got pissed about.
Yeah,
it's just an extension of that. They want everything to be dead serious, completely realistic, everything. But at the end of the day, this is a game, and if some people want some silly cat helmets, then okay, I guess. I'm not going to wear them, but if someone else wants to, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, people are people. The thing is, well, I mean, if people are that concerned about it, play a single player. It won't happen. But if you play a multiplayer, we are individuals. Everyone has their own personality. If you want this to be this deadpan, serious, space game, then you're never going to get that because there's other people in this game, real people. So, it's always going to be a laugh riot. So you're just going to have to get used to it. But I mean, maybe all you do is you just make a game of it. How many people in cat masks can I shoot today?
Yeah, that's it. Just make a personal code. If you see someone in a cat mask, then try and kill them. That's your thing. Go for it. I mean, I kind of get it because, like I say, I wouldn't wear this, and I kind of understand the whole comment about, do you want this to be Fortnite? Okay. So if you see someone running around in a banana-shaped space suit, then this game's going to have a problem. But
murder them.
Yeah, kill them all.
Okay, so on that murderous note, that's it for this week. Thanks very, very much for watching. We hope you liked the posts. We hope you found them informative or amusing. If you did like the post, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. And don't forget to get comment in for your chance to win the Mustang game package and the Grey Cat buggy. Okay, so thanks very much, everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.